In December 2023, the U.S. vetoed a ceasefire resolution at the UN Security Council. Despite the veto, a ceasefire resolution was nevertheless adopted by the General Assembly. 153 nations voted in favor, 10 opposed. The move drew significant flack from countries including China and Russia. Critics condemned the U.S. decision, seen as exacerbating an already dire situation in Gaza. The veto came amidst a deteriorating humanitarian situation in Gaza, marked by a high number of casualties and severe shortages of essentials like food, water, and medicine. Fast forward to now, in February 2024, and the U.S. has vetoed a UN Security Council resolution on Israel's actions in Gaza for the third time. This decision has once again prompted global criticism. The U.S.'s veto has been met with regret and calls for an immediate ceasefire from countries such as France and Algeria. Palestinian groups blame the U.S. for supporting Israeli aggression, while human rights groups condemn the U.S. for not protecting Palestinian civilians. China has sharply criticized the U.S., stating that the veto sent the wrong message and effectively gave a green light to the continued slaughter. China's UN ambassador Zhang Jun argued that the claim that the motion would interfere with ongoing diplomatic negotiations was totally untenable, and suggested that the conflict's spillover is destabilizing the entire Middle East region, leading to a rising risk of a wider war. Algeria's top UN diplomat expressed disappointment, stating that, unfortunately, the Security Council failed once again. Meanwhile, France's UN envoy expressed regret that the resolution had not been adopted, given the disastrous situation on the ground. U.S. allies were also critical of the move. Linda Thomas-Greenfield, Washington's ambassador to the UN, argued it was not the right time to call for an immediate ceasefire while negotiations between Hamas and Israel were continuing. Her UK counterpart, Barbara Woodward, suggested that the plan could actually make a ceasefire less likely by endangering talks. Despite the international outcry, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu stated he was committed to continuing the war until we achieve all of its goals, and no pressure could change it. To summarize, the U.S.'s decision to veto a UN Security Council resolution demanding an immediate ceasefire in Gaza has been met with widespread international criticism. Major powers such as China and Russia have condemned the move, while human rights groups in several countries express regret and call for an immediate ceasefire. Despite this, the U.S. and Israel remain firm in their stance, leading to a continued and escalating conflict in Gaza.